力が衰えるという意味でなら聞いたことがあります。
私はそれに対応するポーションを探しています。サイテラのクスシでは手の打ちようがなかった。その病にかかっているのは。
Alright, this was a great episode of Saint's magic power is omnipotent, okay? Now, reason why I think this was such a great episode was we've been dancing around the last few episodes of the prince, right? So Sei's been dancing around the prince quite a bit. Lots of ideas were put into her head that, she's after, or he's after the saint. He wants her powers. He wants this, he wants that. So I'm finally glad that we're here. Unfortunately, it took a little too long for my liking to get to this point this season. Main reason, if we think about it, is just lengthwise. So, like, I have not been shy at saying, like, hey, this specific show is one of my favorite shows ever. And this, much like the Bookworm anime, is like, it's one of those shows to where it's you get a lot from it. I think Bookworm is a better anime, but you do get a lot from it. Emotional roller coasters, dealing with emotion and stuff like that. But I think they could go a little bit deeper. Now, my main concern is this is episode 5. I feel like now, starting with episode 6, I feel like now we're getting a real, like, the storyline. Like, episode 1 through 5, when we think about it, it's like we got episode 1, which I thought episode 1 was fantastic, right? Sei's finally setting up her trading company. She's setting up a way to kind of like put out her products. Basically, she's setting up her way, like her way of life to live as being the saint. Not only as somebody who goes out and not sanctifies, goes out and purges or purifies like monsters in areas and stuff, and is backup for different mages. Like that's part of what she is. But like her day to day is not only a researcher, but she's solidifying like her future as far as like funds and not having to worry about money and living in this world and stuff through the trading company. But then if we think about episode number 2, 3, and 4, right? Like episode 2 was all about her finding rice and curry and stuff that you could find in Japan. Episode number 3 was, the ceremony and her dancing. Episode 4 was, the Imperial Prince being introduced, right? So like end of 3, episode 4 is the Imperial Prince. And then episode 5, at the end of episode 5, so really we got 2 episodes, so around 40 minutes of content that we got here. And then we finally figured out, okay, now we know at the end it lived up to the name of this episode, which was purpose. So we got to know his purpose, which originally I thought he was dying. I was like, he must be dying. And he's like, that's why he was like, oh, I only have so much time. Now the ticking time bomb isn't him. The ticking time is his mother. So his mother must be like, really ill, really sick. And he's looking desperately for an alchemist. And I'm sure he's the Imperial Prince. So that means that his mother is the queen. So now I really feel like episode 6, we're about to get started. And, I think Sei is going to have to travel to this land. At least that's what I hope. She's going to have to travel to this land and like really diagnose this lady, really like understand what's really going on with her, and then put together some kind of potion. Cause like she can make a high potion, but his mother might need like the saint's healing, which funny enough, he's not interested in, right? Like they already said the captain, they're not interested in the saint. I don't think they really realize what she can do. Like she could grow back limbs. So I really think that it's going to be more than just an alchemist or a potion that goes and heals her mother. I think she's going to have to physically go there and like heal his mom. But that kind of works out not only for a good storyline, good storyline, good content for us to watch and consume. And I think it's going to be really like, it's going to be a lot of feels. I feel like it's going to be a great story. But then in the actual minutia of it, in the actual story, like thinking through Sei as like, we're living vicariously through Sei. That's only going to solidify her more with another kingdom that she wants to trade with, not only information, but goods, right? Because they have a different subset of, different species of plants, different subset of animals, different way of thinking. So she's going to be able to go and obtain knowledge and products and goods and like, all this information. And then she's going to be able to establish a relationship, not only as a researcher and alchemist, but then also as a saint, which is just going to then come back as being she's part of this kingdom. She has ties with the king. So that's just going to solidify her more as, you know, this big entity, but then also help the kingdom out by, you know, furthering a law, knowing that, hey, somebody from this kingdom, one of our people has gone, and, you know, our saint has gone and healed the queen or whatever it is, right? Like, even if it's kind of kept in, because, like, you know, the prince was being very shush about it, even if it's kind of kept in the back end, even if it's just back end deals, it's like that's what really matters, is what happens in the back end, and then what they put out in the front of their people. You know, they're just establishing ties and relationship, you know, all good things. So I think episode 6 is really where it starts. But this episode, again, we just heard dodging, deciding not to dodge, then having good talks, and building a good friendship with this Imperial Prince, and then finally getting down to the nitty-gritty, which is finally learning that, hey, his mother's sick. Also, I do like Hawk, how you know, Hawk this episode did go in, and he, like, you know, he kind of solidified, like, yo, I'm gonna go to my Hawk territory, but I'll be back for you, baby girl. And I was like, let's go, Hawk. I really want to see more of their relationship getting solidified. I want to see more of their relationship getting taken to that next level. Like, again, I don't need that, like, romance, but, like, you know, I would like to see, you know, like, some date, like, I want to see them get into a relationship at this point. Like, I think we deserve it as viewers. Like, I think we deserve to see Hawk and say get into a relationship, and like, let's see how that goes, right? The opposite side of me is, I understand it's kind of like reverse harem. Like, she has, you know, a bunch of people, but she's not doing anything with anybody, right? She just has this, like, really close friendships. And I don't think, you know, the men in her life, like, I don't think that her having a significant other in this point, I don't think it's going to ruin the story. If anything, I think it betters the story. But I do understand the author's hesitancy at going full tilt into one man when she has, you know, a dozen options, and continues to have more options, like the captain, like the prince, you know, anybody else she meets in this other kingdom. So I get it. Just kind of sucks for us, the viewers, as I feel like there's some really, you know, we can get some deep stuff here with her and Hawk. But anyway, this is what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Talked a little bit about this episode, but really there's only a couple of things that really mattered in this episode. The rest is all set up for what comes next. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Happy Halloween, my friends, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out.